right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Angel. Welcome to Beyond Charts Morning Brew. All right. Where we're going to give you the fire setups, what's going down with the markets, what's going down, talk about where we are exactly, where the opportunities are. I got some emails, some texts. I made some phone calls yesterday about the price action yesterday. Yesterday was a beautiful, beautiful setup, guys. It was just perfect, perfect. A lot of people run away from the Fed news or Fed minutes. I'm trying to share you guys. We run into it. We're firemen. We look forward to it. Think about that for a second. As a trader, investor, we look for movement, right? We look for the movement to happen. Okay. Well, they just announced to the world that, all right, hang tight, hang tight. We have some information cutting the wire right now. And it's
down by about 120 points. The S&P futures down by 20 and the Nasdaq off by 82. Let's get over to Rick Santelli. Rick, take it away.
Yes, of course, we're expecting our January read on housing starts and permits. We're also looking for initial and continuing claims. On initial claims, 248,000. This is 30,000 more than expectations. Sequentially following 223,000, which still may get revised. Continuing claims, a bit of a different story. 1,593,000. That is definitely a bit better than expected. And sequentially following 1,621,000. On Philly Fed, a February release, we're expecting 20. We end up with 16. 16 basically is the lightest number since December when we were around 15 and a half. A disappointment there. On housing starts, 1,638,000 seasonally adjusted annualized units. That is definitely about 60,000 light to expectations. And if we consider that continuing claim, if we consider that interest rates, of course, make a huge difference in the housing sector, and I'm sure Diana will speak to this and also give us the breakdown between single and multi-family. The issue is with supply being so tight, even the move in interest rates might not bite as hard as it once used to. Listen, gang, I do not see building permits out yet. So I'll kick it back to you. Maybe Diana has that, and we can pick that up from her.
We will get to Diana.
all right, guys. So basically, we have some news just hit the wire right now. And I'm going to cover to my point that I said earlier. So right now, we have continuing claims and jobless claims going up. So that's not really good. All right. So the market's having a little bit of a reaction right now. As we speak, we can see that the futures are down a little bit. Not too bad, 436. There was also some news that hit the wire. Again, this news about Russia. And I'll share with that what happened as far as the we're waiting for housing stats. As far as the permits here, let's see if she's.
Single family is weaker year over year compared to multifamily. We need a lot more multifamily, yes, but we need it in the more affordable price category. Single family, I can't say it enough, we just need more. So the permitting numbers are good, especially good for the single family. What I'm concerned about, though, here is that you see a big jump in the number of homes that are under construction but not yet finished. And to see that, that's all your supply chain issues. So things that are taking much longer to get in. Some of the builders are actually slowing sales because they're concerned they can't build the house fast enough. Now, where mortgage rates are playing into this, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I was expecting to see a drop in the permits, the future construction, because builders might be concerned about those rising mortgage rates. Seeing those single-family permits higher bodes well for now. But again, the sharper increases in mortgage rates were in February. So again, a pretty good report, I would say. I'm liking the permits, the starts, not as much. Back to you guys.
All right, so we're good there. All right, so we got some news there, right? Let's see what this translates to in the markets. The markets are reacting somewhat. I don't know. Let's see what the markets are reacting here. They're just processing. We'll probably get a good read as far as when this is over. But ultimately, let's talk about what I just said earlier. Now, let's talk about, all right, so you're expecting a move. You're expecting the market to hit. And, the Fed, they meet up and they're going to announce the minutes. At that moment of time, the movement is going to happen. We just don't know if it's going to be up or down. And I'm going to cover that today because I also want to tell you ultimately how to look at the overall markets. What's up, guys? What's up? You guys are getting up. Got the West Coast guys getting up here. What's up, Skates? All right, so Right now, also, the one that we have to pay attention on the news is this one right here, Walter Bloomberg, and this just came through the wire. I mean, he's if you wanted some news and not pay for it, but January housing starts 4.16 to 1.63 million consensus, so that's not bad. So they're still building permits. It's just that there's still a lot of undeveloped land or undeveloped houses because of the shortage of supplies. Now that is a problem. That just mostly says that you have things aren't moving fast enough, interest rates are rising. So there is a little bit of a concern, but remember, real estate is a lot slower than the stock market. The one that I wanted to show you here was right around 8:15 this morning. Some news hit about Russia. Where was it? Remarks on Russia security. It was right around here. See if I can find it. Something about Russia and some imminent destruction. He might have. Okay, so there was something on Russia, and the market reacted to that. So again, I don't think that that's going to happen. If anything, I'm a little bit concerned about the weekend, right? But overall, I don't think that they want a full-out war. I don't think that's the. I think there's other matters here that can be served diplomatically or achieved diplomatically, but you never know. Anyway, but we have that. As far as what I wanted to share here with you, we also had, so we have that. We also have at 11 o'clock, the markets will be rattled. I don't think it's going to be rattled, but like a lot, like it was yesterday. But it will be rattled around 11 o'clock. Fed Billers discusses the economy and policy outlook. So let me give you a brief background on him. Is basically last week he came out and he announced 100 basis points. He's singing that tune. He's very, very hawkish. Yesterday, the market kind of reacted a little bit. And I think once the minutes came out, it's just that we were expecting so much bad news about them talking about because the market sold off already. So I think, like I say, I think it was priced in already. So even the information in the Fed minutes, if you read it, it was there. It was hawkish. It's just that we were priced in. There was nothing new that the market didn't know. So that's why we went up. It was like, okay, we know that already. So no unknowns. Everything that was in the minutes was known. So basically, it was like, okay, so that's where we rallied. So that's the other thing that we have to also worry about, acknowledge. So right now, we know that the 50 basis points is on the table. That's okay. It's if there's anything over that, or we also know in the Fed minutes, they also said that they're going to start buying back in March. So they haven't stopped buying back. So again, the market is okay with that. So, in the overall, do I agree with the way they're managing? No, but it doesn't matter. As a trader, we're looking for movement. As far as today, we had NVIDIA to announce yesterday. We have Roku that is about to announce today after the close. Fiverr this morning, Palantir this morning. So we'll be taking a look at those. All right, but let's dive in because I want to really spend some time here with you guys on how to really assess the markets here. So we're going to be looking at the overall markets here from a daily, again, NASDAQ and Russell. As you can tell, the MACDs, we hit this low here, and that's going to be very vital, 42.22, and we started working our way up. We saw that was a low, right? The MACDs saw it, and we're kind of working our way higher. So ultimately, we are still in a downward trend on the daily, right? It's just that we're just kind of consolidating here, and what's going to happen next. Now, this is from a daily perspective. The NASDAQ doing the same price action, again, it's just working its way higher on the NASDAQ, just kind of having this sideways consolidation. Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because if you notice, we're getting this sideways consolidation. You have to adjust your trading style a little bit. The reason being is because if you're a long-term investor, just know could be in the whipsaw action in the grind here, because we're not getting those moves. We're not getting those beautiful moves that we did, when the market was robust. And what I mean by that is, let's go here. When the market when it was moving like this, we were getting some nice clear moves. The market has changed. We had one move right recently, and then it's just kind of thinking about what's transpiring. Does it want to go up? Does it, again? So just you have to know your levels, pick your spots, don't over trade. You just have to wait for your spot and really understand the market. Try to minimize your emotions as much as possible and just realize that the circumstances of the market has changed. So what do I mean by that? That this market is changed. We no longer have this market. This market is gone. This market is brand new. We went down. Are we going to continue going lower? Well, there's a lot of, if you study 2008, are we going to go lower? Don't know, right? Inflation is hot. We know we have supply chain issues. We have a lot of things that are wrong. That is causing a lot of stresses on this economy. But we also have to look at both sides of the coin. And both sides of the coin says, okay, inflation is not going to run hot. Supply chain issues will get better, knock on wood. And when that happens, then, we can rally because that's an unknown that the market's not factoring in. Now, it could get worse. If it does get worse, then, and what do I mean by that? If it gets worse than what we have right now, this is why we study the numbers, then that's not factored in, and then it's going to maybe cause, because right now the market is focused on, like I said, the Fed is focused on these three things right now, right? And I'll share this. It's focused on the Fed, the yield, the supply chain issue, and then Russia is last, which is energy, right? That's the last thing we're focused on. But the Fed is number one, and it kind of tamed the concerns of what they're going to happen. Again, the yield, which is, again, we're coming with the inverted yield curve, and again, so these are the things that we're probably going to be focusing our attention on, right? In this order: supply chain issues, also wage inflation as well. All right, so right now we're just kind of going sideways until something breaks. The market's waiting on some news, some good news, and it wants to break. It's just waiting. Okay. Now, when we look at the VIX right now, as we stated, and I said this on Monday, and this has been the pattern: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is Thursday. We're going to be looking to see if fear enters back into the marketplace like it has in the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks. And if it does, or does it stay in here? Now, if it does go lower by any chance, then that means we're probably going to go higher. So again, I just have my alerts up there, or we can stay in this area. But if we start going higher, then more likely fear is entering to the marketplace, and the pattern is still going into its 6th week, meaning we go down Thursday and Friday. And also know that Monday is a holiday. Also, Olympics end on Sunday. Any news can move the market in one way, shape, or form. Are they going to be risk on going into a holiday? Meaning, are they going to be buying stuff going into a 4-day holiday with all of these factors in? Don't know. But we're going to be watching close attention, and this is why we have those setups up there. Okay. The 10-year note, the 10 TNX is tamed, right? Hit 2.0. It's below 2 right now. That is a good start. So if this can come down a little bit, that is good. That's good for the overall markets. We are calm, collected, and it's not going too crazy for today. Okay. Let's look at the XPX, and I want to spend some time here with you guys on the XPX. On Patreon, I posted some levels here for you guys as well. 2 type of scenarios that I'm looking for today. Now, as far as the XPX, what I was looking for and what I was telling you, and look at the last 2 weeks, even, let's look at the last 2 weeks. We are on the bottom. It's going sideways, guys. So again, this is the XPX. This is the overall, the S&P 500. And the reason why we focus here is because we're going to notice these patterns that are existing in your stocks that you're trading. There's a few that are, but they're going sideways. So right now we're at the bottom range. The market's going back up to the 50. It went back up to the 50-day moving average, like I said it would, right? Like, just not that I say it, just that's the way price is. We're going to the sideways market. What's going to happen here? Are we going to work our way higher? If we do, or are we going to work our way lower? So there's 2 type of scenarios that can play out here. Watch the MACDs for a movement, and this is the hourlies. Again, if we work our way higher, then more likely we're probably going to head to the upper range up here. of the last 2 weeks. That is a possibility. And you'll also notice if we measure the bottom range here to the 50, that's roughly about 122 points. Again, and if we just measure from the 50 to 122 points, it's roughly around 4,600, 4,609. Okay, so is that going to happen? Are we going to get through? Maybe, maybe not. I think if the market processes that, tame remarks from Bullard going into a weekend, anything is possible, but there is an opportunity right now to see which way the market's going to go. On the 15-minute time frame, we broke through. We're working our way. We hit 40, 44, 44.90, 44.89. Let's see where the overall market is right now. Again, we're at 44.50. Okay, so the market calmed down a little bit. So 44.50 is going to put me at 44.60. So we're going to work our way a little bit lower. But let's see. We're still above the 50-day moving average on the 15-minute time frame. Can probably pull back a little bit, and let's see how it reacts around that 44.60. If we start bouncing and breaking through 44.90, we're probably going to break this 50-day moving average and continue going higher. Levels on top are going to be 45.15. And again, these are the levels on the XPX. On the scenario, if you guys want it, it's in writing on your Patreon. If you're a member there, I wrote 2 opens, right? If we bid, and these are the on the E-minis, if we bid above 44.63, 44.67, and that's the cash open, right? Which probably is around 44.77, more than likely that leads to a bullish scenario to 44.96, 4,500 may be tested. Okay. Scenario number 2. If we offer below 44.63, 44.67, which is around 44.80 on the XPX, then more than likely we're probably going to head to about 440, again, 4441, which is roughly right in here. And that could be 441 and then 4426. And again, we have to add 10 points to the XPX. So 4416, somewhere in there. Okay, so again, it's just showing us that we can probably break down and get to these levels of 4430-ish. Again, somewhere in there. So again, good opportunity right now. Buy yourself some time, and we got to be quick. And what I mean by sideways market is that you have to trade them. We're not getting those moves again. We're not getting those massive swings. We're actually trading in a sideways market. So you got to trade them fast. You have to trade them at a certain spot. If you miss the trade, then we're already heading to a level, and you're probably trading at the level. So don't do that. If you're having a hard time trading these things, best thing to do is just sit back, relax. The market will pick a direction soon. We're only going to stay here in this sideways, but we are going sideways. Want to share that with you guys, to share, to see, this is a sideways market. If I look at if I convert that to hourlies, let me go here. All right. So this is the E-minis. This is a sideways market. We're just going sideways so far this week, right? We're just kind of going sideways, consolidating. So again, you have to trade them to the levels. So if I go into the NDX here, right, and we will see the same type of thing. On the NDX, this is the hourlies. Again, I don't have the boxes here. Okay, so again, we're going sideways. Let me put up the QQQs because that will show us a little bit better. Again, QQQs going sideways, guys. So again, having a sideways type of market until we break out. So if we start looking at the overall indices and start noticing these sideways markets, then more than likely, again, you trade them to the level. Again, trade them to the level. The 50-day we'll use it as a barometer, but again, trade them to the level. We're having this sideways type of market until something breaks out. Okay, let's look at, so we got that done. Let's go look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is coming back down a little bit. Just, again, sideways type of market, probably going to stay in this range at 45,844, 41.16, probably, just staying in this range. And if you look at Bitcoin from the last, again, since January 4th, 2021, which is roughly about a little over a year, we've been trading sideways, right? 29,000 to the upper range of 64,000, right? So again, it's a big range, but we're trading sideways. So just observe that. Again, and it's just holding the 50 right now. Let's see if that holds. MACD needs to pull back, and let's see if it bounces off a zero, and then it could probably bounce off a little bit higher. A MicroStrategy just hanging out steady, and then we have Ethereum hanging out steady. Okay, let's go into the overall and see where the opportunities are in the market today. Okay, so overall, what I'm looking at is momentum. And we did have a few things that traded, and I think I want to share something on Roku. So the XPX, pulling back a little bit. Let's see how it reacts around 44.60. Let's see how it reacts there. Again, NASDAQ pulling back. Again, just going sideways the last couple of, days here. We rallied up a little bit, but let's see how it reacts at 14.5. Again, last couple of days, we're just in this grind. So again, can we bounce higher? Absolutely. Let's see. Russell, nice little bounce yesterday. Let's go. All right. Google, again, rallied nice yesterday. Rallied nice. Again, having this sideways type of action. When the 1 o'clock hour came out, 2 o'clock, right? So this is what I'm talking about. When you have the 2 o'clock hour, you know that the Fed is going to move the market. You know that 2 o'clock is a vital time. All right. So this is 12. This is 1. 13 is 1. 14 is 2. So prior to that, we're kind of going sideways. 1 o'clock. This is 2 o'clock. This is 2 o'clock right here. We have 2 o'clock. We start noticing this choppiness. We're bullish. But right around 2, Fed minutes came out. Market's processing it. We're having a reaction. This is 201, 201, 202, 203. We finally picked a direction. Okay. Still a little choppiness here, but it's finally picking a direction. And now the market reacts, right, at 26.26. But when you start looking at how it reacted going up to 2 o'clock, this is where you start noticing this is different. The market's being a little positive, and they're taking it up. So at this moment of time, you got 27.24, and then it went up to 27.61. Okay, what I wanted to share this with you is actually, I just got reminded. Let me go to 15-minute time frame. Is right here, XPX right here. Okay, so if I'm doing XPX and we're waiting for that 2 o'clock hour, 2 o'clock hour, and this is XPX yesterday. So XPX, you're waiting, going sideways, consolidating sideways. 2 o'clock, that Fed minute is going to move the market. You know that. 2 o'clock hits, look at that candle, much bigger than the other candles, and it's off to the races. This is 201, 202, 203. Look at the moving averages. They start breaking out. The MACD start breaking out. 202, 204, 205. You're in the trade. This is the move. Now, and again, it's about which ways are going to go. 2 o'clock is going to move the market, right? Because the Fed minutes are coming out. And then you're just looking for your direction. So right at this time, how do you play this? Well, you have your calls and you have your puts. You don't know which way it's going to go. But within 3, 4, 5 minutes, you know that the market's going to pick a direction. And 44.50, and it went up to 44.81 within a very short period amount of time. Again, went up to all the way 44.89. So again, this is the way you play the Fed minutes and the Fed announcement. So don't be afraid of it, but you have to be at your desk at 2 o'clock and prepared with your calls and your puts on your watch list. And this is how you can take advantage of these moves. So again, this is how I trade them. This is very simple. Again, just wait, and pick your spots. But this is on the 1 minute time frame. It did work also on the 15-minute time frame, but because I'm at my desk, I wanted to make sure that I identified it. And again, this is this right here is your 2 o'clock came out, start breaking out. This is 15 minutes, right? and it started breaking through. You got the MACDs giving you a go, and it went. So again, you have them there, and that was the trade. And because you know it's a sideways market, you just lock in your gains right away. Hope that was helpful, guys. I'll be covering that this weekend with you guys a little bit more if you're in the class. So we'll go through that. But as far as today, let's see what the market's going to react. We know that information with the permits came out. Is the market going to go up? Is that enough to go up? Amazon's working his way lower. Again, let's see. Again, Amazon just having this sideways consolidation, right? We're at the upper range. Can it go to the lower range? So again, let's see. And it's going to stay like this until we break out. On the upside, 3,200. Can it break through that? Can this be the day that it bounces break through? Let's see. Let's see if this sets up, or is it going to break down and head down to 30.95? Yesterday, it went down. It broke down, and it went to the level of 30.92, right in there. It hit it and then bounced back up. This is the market we're getting. Tesla, another one, right? If Tesla, it's right there. It's having an inside day so far, but again, sideways consolidation, sideways. It's doing exactly what the overall market's doing. If it takes out 926, it could probably retest 950, but just realize 950 is pretty hard. Okay. ISRG, again, sideways consolidation. So just want to share with you the pattern. Look at CMG, very, very apparent, just kind of going sideways. So again, it's at the upper range. You can trade them to the range, but just know that until something breaks. So what are we identifying is where they're selling and where they're buying until they're not buying or selling in those areas anymore. So that's the type of market that we currently are in right now. Again, Lam Research, last couple of days, sideways, can it break through? 601, 577. You got Goldman Sachs working its way lower. That's going to put pressure on the XPX. But again, sideways consolidations going to the lower range of 356. Netflix working its way lower, right? Going to the lower range. We got 390, 383. We got Roku. So here's on Roku. Roku does announce earnings today. Is Roku going to... Are they going to beat? I don't know. Nobody really knows. But based on everything that I know about Roku, they missed last quarter. Are they going to beat? Ad sales are down. I don't know. I have a funny feeling that Roku is going to miss. I don't know. I don't know that information. But I might do a lotto play. Maybe... I think because if it misses, it's probably going to go down to about 144, 139. Again, it missed last quarter, right? It missed and it dropped about from 313, it dropped to about 289. It's at 161. It's trying to base. So it can go either way, guys. But based on what I know, what the other people are saying, I don't know if Roku is going to miss unless they announce an information. They say that they're getting into production or gaming, something that's going to give them extra revenue, which nobody really knows. And they will probably announce it at earnings. So it can go either way. So again, maybe I'll just wait till tomorrow to see what happens. But if they miss, it will drop and it will be a lotto play. So you're going to play that with money that you don't need, because if it does miss, those will pay, right? But again, we don't know what's going to happen. NVIDIA, again, they're taking down things with high PE ratios, guys. So NVIDIA's PE ratios is really, really high. They have a lot of money. There's the ARM deals. It's the name that the street likes to throw out. But NVIDIA, again, good earnings, but it's just kind of sideways consolidation, kind of just going sideways, guys. So let's see, again, if you're going to play for something to break out. Mercado Libre going sideways again. Apple, sideways consolidation, okay? Probably Apple working his way to 169 and trading at 173. Shopify announced earnings yesterday, and this one looks like it's going to move in some way, shape, or form. So Shopify has dropped quite a bit. Is it going to continue today lower? 735. If it starts breaking lower, and starts taking out 721, it could probably work its way lower, or is it stop going down? If it starts, if these moving average starts breaking up higher, starts breaking up 751, maybe it can go back up to this, let's say 800, and maybe into this range right here between 841 and 900. Don't know if that's possible, so watch it, see if it moves early. Let's look at it from the hourly perspective here. It dropped quite a bit. So coming to the end, maybe it's time for it to rally. It takes out 750. Maybe it can start working its way higher. Maybe. That's a possibility. But again, we need the overall markets to be a little bit more bullish than where they are right now. So that's Shopify. Upstart, Trade Desk, just kind of sideways consolidation. We have a firm not really moving. You know, again, not a big fan, but let's see what happens here. You know, it probably could stay in this sideways consolidation. Now, Upstart's pretty interesting. Upstart came out. It looks like it wants to go. It looks like it probably has 172 on his mind, somewhere in there. Upstart is different than all the other stocks that we got. Upstart is actually having a day two. They came out with earnings. The one of the guys who worked for Google is now working for Upstart, and he came out with a very good announcement, a very good statement, and said that basically Upstart is in the exact same position that Google was when it first started. So that was very positive. They also have an AI component, software component, and they're selling really well. So very different than a firm. The market likes this, and they're investing it, and they're investing into Upstart. So Upstart looks pretty positive. Nice price action going into the market. Too far away to chase. Let it pull back. HubSpot, sideways consolidation. Zoom, working his way lower. Look at Zoom. Okay, so Zoom is breaking down, but has 134 at the bottom. Too far away here. Let's see. We want it closer to the 50. Bookings, working his way higher. Booking had a nice move. Again, let's see. Coming to the end, let it pull back. Let's see how it reacts to that 26.90. ServiceNow, sideways. Just want to share that with you. Coinbase, working his way lower. Bitcoin is lower. Coinbase is lower. All right. Let's see what the chips are doing here. AMAT. Watch it at 142. See how it reacts there. Again, but we're kind of, 148 on top, and then we got 137, 136 at the bottom. Qualcomm, sideways as well. ASML. Watch ASML. Can probably go either way down. 657, maybe 644, 630 on the bottom. If it takes out 667, it could probably go up to about 680. So watch it there. AMD, nice action here that I see. All moving averages are tightening up. Big move is coming. Don't know where. 116 or 115 to get it better. Can probably go to 118. If it's really, really bullish, 121. On the bottom, you got 114. Then 109. AMAT just working his way lower. Broadcom tightening up here. Nice tight consolidation pattern here. 587 to 564 maybe. Micron just really, really tight. Roblex, okay, this thing got hammered, and probably needs to, has a relief rally coming up. Maybe 62, maybe 60, 62, maybe a relief rally, from 54. So we'll take a look at that. Let's look at the spiders here. And again, pay attention at 11 o'clock. I think that's going to move the markets one way, shape, or form. Again, spiders, just having this little range here, guys, the last couple of days. I just want to share this with you right there. So that is the range of the spiders, right? So again, 441 to 448. It just in this sideways consolidation pattern. Okay, so Again, this is the hourly, is right at the 50-day moving average. Let's see how it goes. If it starts breaking down 441, it could probably retest these lows of 436, somewhere in there, 437, 436. If we start breaking higher, it's probably going to go to 446, 448, 451, possibly. Okay, that's the spiders. Just sideways consolidation. Let's see what happens. And you have to take those trades to the spots. Okay. On the QQQs, let's see where we're at right now. And I'll cover NVIDIA as well for you guys. Let me see. QQQs, sideways as well. Again, just last couple of days, having its price action. Again, 350, 357. Needs to break out of that. Looks a little weaker right now. It's at this is the hourlies, guys, so it can break down. If it breaks down, 349, 342. Right? If it starts breaking down. If it breaks up, you got 357. Pretty hard. 356, 357. If it breaks that, you got 360, then somewhere in here, 365 and 367. Again, working his way lower there. All right, let's look at IWM because this one moves a lot too. It's been moving quite a bit. IWM, sideways consolidation right in there, 204 and 206. So about a 2-point move. Looks like it wants to pull back. Let's see how it reacts at 203. Yeah, let's see how it reacts here. 203. Now, if it gets to 203, it can move either way. It can maybe, if it starts going back down, 202, you got these low of 200. 200 is pretty hard here, guys. 200. So let's see. Again, sideways consolidation. I think we're going to wait till 11 o'clock for the move. I'm not really saying Amazon is declining a little bit, but again, it declined yesterday and then it reversed. So Amazon worked its way a little higher, came back down right there. But again, sideways consolidation. So it'll probably come down. If it does come down, maybe it'll come down to like 31.23, 31.27. That's a possibility. Or is it going to reverse and bounce here? If it does bounces, then we're probably going to work a little higher. Then they're investing back into Amazon. So that's what it is. If it starts breaking down here, then it's probably going to go to this 31.24, which puts us right in this area, 31.24. And then we'll see what happens there. Let's see, Google. Google tried to go, again, sideways consolidation, and not until it breaks above this level. But Google, since earnings, have been declining. It hasn't really stayed above the 50-day moving average or on the hourly since its earnings announcement, right? So this is the first time that we're actually stayed above it. Can we hold that level of 27.22? If we do, then that means that the market is changing. We got the 10-year note dropping, and then maybe Google will be the leader for tech to get back into a buying position. But right now, we're just kind of having this sideways consolidation. Again, you can trade them to the level. So again, as far as Google, what are we looking for? 2,700, 2,762. It's somewhere going to be in that range. There's a 2,717 in there. Pulling back. If it breaks here, it's probably going to go down to 26.98. Again, we'll just see what happens there. All right, guys. That's all. Let me go look at the video real quick. The video. Hourlies. Let's see how it reacts at 256. 272 is really hard in the video, so watch it working its way lower, but let's see how anything can change in the next 20 minutes. All right, guys, that's all we have right now. I wish I could give you a little bit more, but the main thing I want to share with you guys is that, man, let's just, at this moment in time, there's no need to overtrade. Look for the proper setups. You don't need to get into something. You just wait for the setups. It's about to happen. Amazon just is breaking out every time. Amazon is moving right now. Okay, so it just moved. Again, Amazon wants to make a run down. Same thing happened yesterday. Okay. Okay, same pattern as yesterday. If I go back, same pattern as yesterday. So this is how you can identify if there's an operation happening, right? They're moving down the same way they did the day before. Again, so just know that it's probably working to certain levels. So again, too far out. It's probably gonna relief rally here. Workers were a little higher, and then we'll see what happens at the open. All right, guys. Get ready. We'll see. I didn't get on trading yesterday because markets were moving, so it's really difficult for me to get on there. But go out there, stay green, guys. Go get it. I got NVIDIA. How were NVIDIA earnings? The NVIDIA earnings were okay. It was just not enough. Their PE ratio is really too high. What I noticed about the market, they're attacking high PE ratios. So, but it seems to be everybody's talking about it. The other thing which came out too, like before I leave, is Walmart. Let's look at Walmart. Walmart came out with some good numbers, but again, Walmart came out with earnings, rallied up again. Just they're not. It's a different market right now. It's a different market. So again, just be diligent. Let's pick our spots again. Things aren't moving. If you want to trade this market, trade them to the levels. Trade them to for quick profits. That's why I've been trading high volatile stock. Been focusing my attention on the XPX, Google, and Amazon because they move. They will move. So I can get 10 points, 15 points at the right setups. But ultimately, I'm just sitting back on my hands a lot, just staring at screens, looking at price action. And let's look at that 1230. The market has been moving right around that 1230 spot. I suspect 11 o'clock Bullard his remarks will hit the markets. So pay attention to that. All right, guys, go out there, go get it. Stay green. Just hang tight. No need to overtrade. Just chill, relax. We are in a sideways market. Really tough to trade if you're not used to it, if you're not quick on the draw. But if you're like swing trading, just relax, just chill. That was Blue Boy. And let the trade come to you. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you guys maybe at lunch. Maybe if the market's not moving, if they're moving, I'm not coming out of lunch. If they do, then if they're not, then I can give what's going down with the markets. If there's any potential setups, I'll see. Then I'll probably share. All right, guys, go out there, stay green, go get it. All right, take care. God bless.